Welcome back to Hey Kentucky. The first Saturday of May is just around the corner, and tonight the boys from the New Circle Circular have Derby on their minds.
We're now officially less than 2 weeks away from the biggest event in our state, the Kentucky Derby. And it's never too early to start preparing for the Derby, so we've got some helpful tips for you to help you start getting ready.
The first tip is that the Kentucky Derby isn't all horsey stuff. A lot of it's about drinking.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite progressive Derby goers never even watch the race.
Yeah. The Kentucky Derby brings out some of the biggest celebrities in the world and some of the drunkest people from your high school.
The Derby takes place in Louisville this year, at Churchill Downs. Fun fact, Gary Oldman recently won an Oscar for his performance of Churchill Downs in The Darkest Hour. For you Lexingtonians that have never been to the Derby, Churchill Downs is a lot like Keeneland, but for much richer and much poorer people.
The official beverage of the Derby is mint juleps. Essentially, this is bourbon mixed with grass and toothpaste. Is it good? Absolutely not. But it's tradition, so you have to drink it.
Fashion is always a big part of the Derby. This year, we're predicting hats are in. Bright pastel colors are in. However, wearing your favorite horse's jockey silks is out this year. And also it's been out for the last 100 or so years, but I might as well keep wearing them in case one year it does come back into fashion.
The most important part of Derby culture is having a horse. This is a horse that, despite having never seen it run, or sometimes having never seen it at all, you pledge your allegiance to for an entire day. You will evangelize the horse's ridiculous name to anyone that even so much as looks at you. It's like if every year, instead of cheering for the Cats in the NCAA tournament, you just showed up and put on a t-shirt of whatever school had the funniest name, and then told everyone about how great Stephen F. Austin is at basketball.
While the final lineup hasn't been set yet, we went through and picked out some of our favorite horses and think they might have a chance on Derby Day.
Audible. This horse is a real popular pick for podcast listeners. But in the end, it's just a horse that you're into for a couple of months before you forget that you have him and you're missing $60 and you remember you don't even really like books, even in audio form.
Next up we have Good Magic, a horse whose name sounds like the only positive review for Now You Can See Me Too. Good Magic. We're willing to bet that this horse was a nerdy only child, spending many hours alone in front of a mirror trying to perfect sleight of hand, or hoof, hoping one day to wow his parents and their friends at the next dinner party. Which is fine if you're the next Chris Angel, but this is a horse, and horses don't have hands, they're just measured by them. I'm sawing this bet in half, because I don't believe in magic.
Justify. Is this a horse? Or is it that TV show that everyone says you should watch because it was filmed in Kentucky, but then you turn it on and they're standing on a long bridge they say is on Tate's Creek Road, but you're like, come on. Oh, it's a horse? Well, then I still don't like it because Timothy Oliphant always comes off as a villain.
Magnum Moon. Finally, a couple things I can relate to.
Magnums?
Yeah, I love those chocolates, can't you tell?
And moons. You like the nighttime too?
Nah, I just really like butts. Mendelssohn. Sure is spelled weird. But this horse sounds like he's your insurance agent. Here they come around the far turn, and it's Gary Mendelssohn making his move. He's asking you to call him right after the police in the event of an accident. I don't think insurance agents drive very fast. I'm going to leave him out of anything I bet. Hey, Mendelssohn. Just because you went to Dubai this spring doesn't make you exotic, so I won't be including you in any of mine.
Noble Indy. If you think any nobles have gone to Indianapolis, well, I've got some swampland and Fort Wayne to sell you. Vino Rosso. Ooh, an Italian horse. The Fazoli's of Derby contenders. This Italian-named horse translates roughly to wine for Ross.
A break from us.
Expect this horse to draw lots of bets from middle-aged moms. They were on a break, by the way.
And finally, we have Bolt d'Oro, a spell check nightmare, but Bolt makes me think that it's fast.
And Bolt reminds me of door locks, so this one's literally a lock, and our pick to win.
The Derby.